This is a summary of the mimer that begins on the bottom of Daf Peches. The Alter Rebbe quotes the pasuk that says, "Take from them a truma," and emphasizes the pasuk says lehavaya. All those whose heart impels them should bring trumas havaya. So the question is, why is the first one called a truma lehavaya and the second one called a trumas havaya? So we explained the distinction between soivev, atzma soivev, and mamleh. There is the essential characteristic of Hashem, like the essential characteristic of the king, that the people are not privy to, but they are impacted by in what I call the cultural characteristic. Then there's the soivev, and then there's the mamleh. The difference between soivev and mamleh is very specific. Each organ has its capacity. The brain is most receptive, and therefore it can absorb the most profound level of godliness. The hands are a little bit less so, but they can still at least record the intellect, and the feet less so, but they have a certain virtue that they can transport the intellect, the head. And now we understand this process of השתלשלות, that we want to take the abstract and make it immediate. We want to take that which is naturally beyond us, and we want to make it imported and brought down within us. And the Alter Rebbe uses a mashal of the mun, that it says that the mun was able to sustain the ministering angels. And we ask the seemingly obvious question, how can something physical like the mun sustain the ministering angels? So we explained that the mun itself is the product of the whole process of השתלשלות. And it starts off as a spiritual entity until it manifests itself in something physical. And along that path, while it's still something spiritual, it cares for and nourishes the malachi hashar is still at the spiritual level. And our job is to bring it down into this physical world, which is why the mun did not fall on Shabbos, because since it was innately a spiritual entity, it could not fall down, it could not come down into this world on Shabbos, unlike other physical things, which are so physical that they even manifest themselves on Shabbos. And this helped us understand also the concept of Sfiras HaOmer, that when we left Mitzrayim, where we had only seen the sort of very shallow aspect of godliness, we first had to eat the poor man's bread of matzah, even before we started counting the sphere. And then during the sphere, we work on restraining and repairing and transforming our natural impulses away from self-serving into the godly serving. And that's what makes us eligible to see God face to face on Shavuos. That we take the abstract that we experience and we make it immediate. So now we understand why there's one level called truma lehavaya, a truma to Hashem, which suggests that we have to uplift ourselves and come closer to Hashem. And the next level, where we are at the level of nedivei leiv, literally the donors of the heart, conceptually being that we're at a spiritually aware level where we bring godliness down into this physical world, or we evoke it just like our avos dug wells where they discovered water where all they saw was dirt. And this is that quality that included the gifts of wine and oil, which represents a matzah that's not vulnerable to become a chametz, what we call matzah ashira, which is this quality of an exalted, uplifting godliness.